Hello and welcome to Las Blancas Podcast.
Welcome back to another episode of Las Blancas. After the international break and everything, like we are back with another episode, and it has been quite an a joyride sort of for Madrid fans recently because the women's team have been doing really well. Like we are winning games big, we are keeping clean sheets as well. So it's all like looking as good as it can. Basically, like three consecutive clean sheets. Now have we have scored 10 goals in those three games, and it has been wonderful, honestly. Like no real complaints now, but obviously the bigger tests are yet to come, and we'll see how we perform in those. But the big thing is now that we seem to have an identity. But yeah, today we will be talking about the latest of those three games, which was against Alhama, uh, and we won that game 5-0. It was a showcase of our young players as well. Some of them who have returned from the under 17 Women's World Cup after Spain were knocked out early on, which you don't really see Spain doing that in the youth tournament. So that was a surprise, and they slotted right in. They made an impact as well in this game. So it was nice to see. We'll get into all of that, but to do that, as always, I've got Kanita with me. Kanita, how you doing?
After that display by our academy kids, I'm doing great. And I think we found ourselves the new Betis since they got relegated. We pinpointed, Alava, you are new Betis, I guess. So, yeah, that was a very fun thing. We've seen also two starts by our new Dutch signing and two MVPs both times. And there's some great stuff happening there. A clean sheet, as you said, very important. So, yeah.
Yeah, and the clean sheets have come with a sort of a rotated center back pairing as well. We have seen Rocio and Bella Anderson. In this game, we saw Rocio and Bella Anderson as the center back partnership. So I'll quickly, like, we'll get into dissecting the game. Let's just quickly go through the lineup first. So with Froms out, it's Misa in goal now, with Eva Navarro now firmly as a right back. I think, like, even when their options return, I think she is going to be the first choice now because she's making so much impact offensively from that position. Then we had Rocio and Bella Anderson as the center back partnership, with Yasmin starting as the left back. Now it seems like we have settled. Pau Quesada has settled in a 4-3-3 formation, which is a slight shift from our 4-2-3-1, wherein we had a double pivot. But here, we start in a 4-3-3, and then we switch shapes between games. So in the with three in the middle, it was Toletti, Hannah Benison, and Caroline Weir starting. And then the front three was the exciting part. We had Keukelaar, we had Iris, and we had Paula Comendador. And the fun part was, like, the sort of a weird part or fun part, whatever you want to call it, was Keukelaar was starting on the left hand side, and it was Comendador basically who was starting on the left, and Iris was playing through the middle. So that was quite fun to watch as well, like who is keeping width on which side and how they are operating, because Keukelaar, we saw against Levante, that she can absolutely wreck a hole in the opposition defense with her ball carrying and dribbling, and she, like, had some 9 dribbles in that game, absolutely destroyed their defense. And this time we saw her from the left hand side, which was interesting, and we'll get into that. But Kanita, what did you make of that lineup, and watching these many young players, starting Benison, starting Bella Anderson, starting, then you have Keukelaar, Iris, and you have your Pau Comendador as well. So what did you make of that?
Well, first of all, just to add on the right back thing, I mean, we got Shea back and also Silvi from the from the Spanish selection. But no, Eva started again. No, that she just you know uh, trusted right back. Um, but I did not expect that front line, and it's not that I was surprised. I just enjoy watching kids play, so and watching our newly promoted Paul getting starts is always good to see. Iris, who scored her first goal on San Mames also last month. So just getting based on their merit, getting minutes, getting starts. This is always good, and Keukelaar had a great start. Last time she started against Levante, and she killed it. So yeah, she got to start again. And I mean, I love to see this. I love to see this. They're really fun to watch, and especially Keukelaar. I mean, these are like a revelation. I did not expect this at all. But yeah, I was just singing legit. I was singing the whole game, cookie cookie cookie. So yeah, I I call her cookie. So yeah.
Yeah, it has been like fun watching her, but obviously, like in this game, we saw her attack from a different side, and I think even though like she ended up scoring a goal as well, in that 5 goal win, but I feel like her best was attacking from the right hand side, wherein she can go on her dominant foot directly. She can cut on the outside, she can attack the byline and then try to put the cross in, and she is more confident taking on the defender because the ball is in control of her dominant foot. So we saw that, I think, a little bit, because even though like she had a good game, uh I think her influence sort of in those attacking situations when she got the ball was slightly restricted, because her movement to attack on the outside was slightly restricted because it wasn't really that favorable. But I think like her change of pace and the way she moves is quite impressive. Like she can just quickly go in one direction and then stop and switch to another very very quickly, and that's very fun to watch. Like hopefully like she gets nurtured the correct way, and we have our own, like I've said before, we have our own Carolyn Graham Hansen to enjoy for years to come. So that's going to be very very fun. I think the other, the big talking point was also like Bella Anderson. Now she has gotten a few games under her belt as well recently, especially. And this game she got an assist, and overall as well, like she was quite good, honestly. Like she has looked solid. Yes, I agree that Alhama did not really pose any threat on the attack. They had just 2 shots the entire game. So there wasn't really much that the defense was facing. We had like almost 80% of the ball in the game. We had some over 20 shots. So it wasn't comparable because they did not have much of the ball to attack us. But Bella Anderson looked comfortable, and I think she made an impact with her ability to pass as well, which was one of the things that was highly spoken about when she joined the club. So it was nice to see her making an impact with the ball, and that coming in the form of an assist is even better. So yeah, I mean, just like to take your thoughts on Bella Anderson as well, and how she has been performing like these last few games when she has gotten the opportunity.
Yeah, I just want to mention, like in the beginning, I saw a lot of problems with positioning, and like she was all over the place. She wouldn't know where to be. Like that was in the beginning when she first started, but now she's looking very stable and very confident, and she's good in the aerial duels, which expected. She's tall, but yeah, she's good at aerial duels. We can see that now. Tackles here and there, and yeah, she's really, a good choice center back. Really, we can see her starting these games, and with the clean sheets and all. There's it's the proof, and I honestly no complaints. Like I love this um character arc from her, I guess. So yeah, I always love seeing this is one of our signings for the future, and she's already showing why we signed her. A glimpse of that. So yeah.
Yeah, that has been like, I think that has been one of the best things. And also like
Mm.
the next thing was like we had youngsters starting in sort of every department, in the midfield as well. We had one of the non-regular starters, Hannah Benison, starting a game as well alongside Toletti and Caroline Weir. And I think, like Benison had a slightly quieter game. Like she was involved a little bit. She was involved in exchanging and circulating the ball, but like overall, it was a largely a quieter game from her. But I think, you know, the other thing was basically the attack was just insane. Like, you have Keukelaar, who is what, 20, then you have your Paula Comendador, who is 18, and then you have Iris, who is what, 17, I think. She is also 18. So we had three players and none of them were like above 20. And this is like this last season. We remember, we had Paula Comendador available. We had Naomi Feller and stuff. And even then, no matter what the opposition was, whether they were bottom of the table, winless in whatever number of games, Caroline Weir and Linda Caicedo would always start. And to some extent, even Senior Brun would start most of the games. But this season, like, that hierarchy has sort of changed as well. Plus, I think, you know Quesada's inclination to give these minutes to the youngsters ahead of a very tough schedule is also like nice, because these youngsters can come to rescue and can come up with big moments in these big games. They can be our curveball that the opposition is not really prepared for. They can come on and change games like that. So having that confidence, having that those minutes under their belt is really nice. And I think we saw that. And like in among that front three of Keukelaar, Iris, and uh Paula Comendador, we had Keukelaar scoring a goal, we had Iris scoring a goal. It was just Comendador who, Comendador as well, like commendable defensive effort as well. Like she was tracking back a lot. And whoever plays on the right hand side, they have that extra added responsibility of helping out in defense, because the width and everything is being provided by Eva Navarro very frequently. Whenever there's a switch of play sort of situation available, you always see Eva bombing down and being the furthest forward player from that right back position. So it was really nice to see. And we have to talk about Eraser's goal. Like that was a really good header. And now, like, this girl, nobody was sort of talking about her before the season and this, and now she has scored two goals as well, scoring against Athletic Club at the San Mames as well. Like brilliant stuff. And now here in a 5-0 win against Alhama, scoring with a header as well. Like she is turning out to be, having two goals is nice for her confidence as well. So maybe like she gets promoted, or she gets to go on loan and develop further. But yeah, having these sort of talents, Paula Comendador and now Iris, is really quite exciting, to say the least. What did you make of Iris's performance and Comendador's performance, and that very youthful attack that we had against Alhama?
I'm I that goal by Iris was insane. By the way, at the time it happened, I did not I didn't see that it was Bella's cross actually. So,
Yeah.
seeing that it was Bella assisting Iris made it even better. Great cross, great header, like all in all, such a good, our youngsters. Just I love seeing that honestly, and Paula, she was like more free. She was also going centrally sometimes, and yeah, she had that responsibility as well on the right hand side. So yeah, I mean, she handled it well, and it was a good game, to start her, to give her experience. But I just need to add Sylvie. Sylvie scored as well in this game.
Yeah.
She came on in the second half, and technically she got an assist as well for to Keukelaar. I mean, her goal was just insane. It was like a solo goal, just a screamer. I like screamed for 3 minutes after that. I was so happy for her. But Sylvie passed her the ball, so we're stat padding here with Sylvie. So yeah, amazing stuff. And she also got that goal. So, I mean, great stuff, honestly. Like, this is just a brilliant display by the children. Like, it's literally just game for the children, this one. And yeah.
And I mean, Silvi came on to have a goal and an assist from the right back position was is quite funny in just one half of football. Like the kids were balling. I think that is what it was, and it was super fun to watch. And considering the fact that Silvi was with the Spanish national team at the under 17 Women's World Cup, where they got knocked out by France, and everything. So it was nice to see her come in and immediately get to play senior minutes, and then have that sort of impact as well, making herself ever so useful that maybe she can fill in at right back, as well as Eva Navarro's replacement. Who knows what the future holds. So it's an interesting development to follow, and honestly, like, I think the development of all of our youngsters is quite interesting to follow now, because we have got some really exciting ones. So let's see what happens. But beyond us scoring 5 goals, Sylvie getting a goal and an assist, Keukelaar scoring, Iris scoring, there be the game starting with a very hilarious own goal sort of. So like, beyond all of this, I think one major concern that came out of this game was the Toletti's injury. She was subbed off very early on in the first half, which seemed like it was a non-contact injury, and it seemed like hamstring as well for Toletti. So she's going to be, I think, out for a while now. It did seem like she has done her hamstring, so maybe like a month or so. We would expect a month or 6 weeks, I think, but we don't know like what the severity is at the moment. Like, there hasn't been any communication, but I think that is a big blow to the side, because Toletti is one of the mainstays in the team, and makes that sort of 4-3-3 tick much better, with her passing and her ball carrying and her ground coverage as well. But now with her unavailable, it's not like we don't have quality midfielders apart from her, but it's just that her skill set is very unique, and now she will I think definitely be missing the Paris FC game, the Barcelona game, and the Arsenal game. So it's a very tricky 3 game run that we are going to go on now, which can change all of this view of Quesada's improvement and what he has done to the club, and what he has brought in, a new style, a new brand of football. I think all of that will just sort of go away in these 3 games, because these can be a major deal breaker, and can shape our season quite well, because we are going to be facing the finalist of last year's Champions League final, Women's Champions League final. So those 2 in consecutive games, plus we will have Paris FC, who have been sort of a bogey team for us as well. We have faced them before, and they are a very tricky side. So, I don't know what happens. But Kanita, what did you make of Toletti's injury, and how significant do you think it will be?
I just I just want to add that so Toletti came off and the Brits came on. Then the Brits got subbed off later in the second half, you know. But once the Brits came off, it was for Shea. Shea went on right back, and then Silvi played as midfielder. So we we have another midfielder option there, and yeah, I'm joking, but
Just
it might just happen.
just put Sylvie everywhere, she'll do a job.
She's like our Kamavinga in the women's team at
Yeah.
this point, you know. But yeah, I don't know. Like for now, we only know she has I mean about Toletti, she has tests pending, but yeah, it did look like she did her hamstring, and
Yeah.
yeah, definitely not going to be available for tomorrow against Paris. But yeah, I mean we're going like day by day what we find out, but yeah, for now that. But yeah, I don't know, like it might be a while, it might be at least a month, honestly, from the looks of it. So yeah, I don't know. Like Toletti is a big part of our midfield. Like she's sort of the glue, and when things get tough, just put her on, and she'll do her thing. But and she'll fix the problems in the midfield. But yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, we'll have to see how we cope with it, because like I mentioned, like her skill set is quite unique. Like she can carry the ball, she can up the tempo very quickly, she can play quick combinations and get in behind, and also like crash the box from midfield. So I think in the coming games we might see a midfield duo of Angeldal and the Brits. I think that is going to be the first choice, sort of. I don't think Benison is going to start any of the upcoming three games that we have, because this game was just Benison's third start in Liga F, and they have come against like the likes of Levante. It was against, I think, one of the starts. So she has gotten her minutes, but it hasn't been like against major opponents. So I don't think she's going to be trusted. So I think it's going to be going with the big guns, Angel Doll and Sara Debritz, and hoping they can, sort of use their experience to manage these games better. And I think we'll see a midfield of Weir, Debritz, and Angel Doll in the next games. But let's see what's in store for that, and hopefully like Toletti can come back very quickly. So yeah, I mean, like we mentioned that it's a tough run now. We have had three games where we had clean sheet, where we scored 10 goals, and everything is well and good. We sit in the second position with Real Sociedad right behind us, because they ended up beating Barcelona recently,
Yeah.
which was a big news. They kept a clean sheet. They won 1-0 against Barcelona. Edna Imade, once again, like Arturo Ruiz brought her on from Granada last season as well. So they were together there at Granada, and now they're together here at Real Sociedad. So that's a partnership that has been going well. Edna Imade has scored a lot of goals as well this season. I think she has scored 7 goals already this season, and she's been doing really well. Arturo Ruiz once again doing really well at a new club, like we expected him to after what he did at Granada last season, and he's showing that. So it's really nice. They sit on same points as us, Real Sociedad. So that will be interesting. Like there's a team actually chasing us right now in the title race, a sort of quote unquote title race or quote unquote race in the league. So that will be very fun to watch as well, this development. But the most fun is now the Champions League is back as well this week. So we have got some big games. We have got Paris FC, and then in the Champions League we have got Arsenal, who are the defending champions. and the team that sort of made that comeback at the Emirates after we were 2-0 up in the first leg. So there's that little rivalry blooming as well, which will be super fun to watch. So yeah, it's an exciting period that is going to start right now, and let's see how the team copes. Let's see how this 4-3-3 works against difficult opposition, where we will have to be without the ball for long spells, and let's see how the team copes with it. But yeah, I think that is about it for this one. A slightly quicker one, because the turnaround time for this is not much. So hopefully, like, this goes out before the game and you guys can listen to it. So that will be fun. But we'll be back for the next one with the Champions League game against Paris FC. Let's see how we fare in that and how we compare against Paris FC, who have also lost Gaetan Thiene this season, their captain, who retired from football after helping the club win a trophy last season. So let's see what they have. Paris FC are a bogey team. We have suffered at their hands. So hopefully we get to come out on top against them. But yeah, any concluding thoughts, Kanita?
With Real Sociedad beating Barcelona, we have the title race back on this weekend,
Yes.
next weekend. So yes, title race is
If
back
we
on.
if we be- if we beat Barcelona, guys, it's on.
Yeah,
It's on. We just need to beat Barcelona. That is all
we
we need
just
to
need
do.
to beat them. Yes.
If Real Sociedad can do it, we can as well. And I want the team to believe it.
Yes.
So let's see what happens in that. But first of all, we have a challenge from Paris, in the form of Paris FC. So let's see what how the team does in that. But yeah, I think if that is all, then we can wrap this up. So yeah, once again, thank you guys for listening. I understand, like, this hasn't been there have been irregularities recently with it, but we are still trying to figure out a recording schedule that works for both of us now with the clocks moved as well. The daylight savings thing, it makes it very difficult for us to sort of find a time that matches and to be able to record at a convenient time. But we are trying our best to figure it out, and I promise you, like, at least for the next 3-4 episodes, they are going to be like, mostly we'll try to do it immediately after the game. So yeah, thank you for sticking by us, and thank you for all your support, and for sharing our videos, for watching our videos. It really means a lot. So yeah, thank you once again, and until next time, Hala Madrid.
Ala Madrid.